Welcome back to the JeSpective, where I do cultural commentary, go over some life lessons, and everything in between. Guys, you know what time it is today. I am out to have some fun. So we got another Pop the Balloon or Find Love reaction. I think Arlette Amuli just dropped another episode today, and I am hanging out at night bored. So this is what we're doing. We're gonna see how things go. We have a panel of ladies today, so let's see if the reactions go on the side of ridiculous or reasonable. So without further ado, let's get into it. But oh yeah, one final thing, or I guess one quick thought. I will have the speed on 1.25. So let me know if you think it's too fast. I can always bring it down. All right.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are here with another episode of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, and we have some beautiful single ladies lined up. Make some noise, ladies. All right, so we're gonna be bringing out some single men one by one. When he comes around this corner, if you like what you see, you like what you hear, do not pop your balloon. However, if there's anything you're just really not feeling, you can't take him back to meet your family, whatever it is, pop your balloon, and then I'll go over to you and see why you ended up popping. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. With that being said, let's bring out our first single guy. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
My name is David.
David, how old are you?
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of early. I don't necessarily have an answer for why they popped on my guy, on first glance. I mean, I've seen people come out dressed pretty terribly. I think the fit's okay. Let's see what they got to say about it though.
Yeah.
I'm 36.
And what do you do?
I'm a limousine chauffeur.
You're a what?
I'm a chauffeur.
A
Limousine
chauffeur. Okay, nice. And now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like walking. I like going to the gym, traveling, shopping, bowling, going to the gun range, stuff like that.
Okay, cool. And what are some things you look for in a woman?
Somebody that is respectful, somebody that will not talk down on me, mature,
Okay.
easygoing.
Nice.
Not talk too much.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
I don't like a woman that talks down on a man.
Okay.
A woman that likes to constantly argue. Those are my red flags.
Okay, nice. So we did get some pop balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping. All right, let's start here. If we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm 27.
And Vanessa, what do you do?
I am a founder of a social networking experience in Dallas, Texas, combining culinary arts and art for a unique social networking experience.
That. And so, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
First and foremost, I really like your suit. You came dressed to impress, clearly. I like that the tie matches the handkerchief. Style-wise, it's definitely there. I just feel like the initial attraction wasn't there for me.
Okay, and that is a fair reaction, right? I don't know why. I just when I see that when I like do reactions to this show, I'm primed to hear like a stupid reason, but that is a perfectly fair and reasonable reason to eliminate somebody, right? Not attractive, you're not attracted. So all right, let's keep going.
Got it. And now, is she someone that's your type?
She good looking. She's not my type.
Okay. And what makes her not your type?
All right, another thing. I didn't want to say it, but I kind of feel like it might be a thing. I think an issue he's gonna have is the way he talks is a little off. I don't want to say it's not confident, but I don't even want to say monotone. But there's just something about the inflection in his voice. I don't know. I feel like that person who just popped is someone who was probably listening to him talk for a little bit and just started to think, nah. Like, I wish I had the right words for it. I know he's just out here doing his thing. But there's just something about how he presents that is, I feel like, gonna be the reason why some of these folks say they pop. But let's see. I could be wrong on this, but let's see what they got to say.
I like a little bit thick.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We got to pop back over here. Come on this way. Okay, if we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I am 26 years old.
Ashley, what do you do?
I am an office administrator, and I'm a YouTuber, and I do basketball content.
Okay. And why?
We got to see the channel though. We got to see the channel. When I hear someone's a YouTuber and I'm just like trying to do this thing myself, I'm quite interested to see where people are. I'm assuming that if she's on this show though, she's probably like actually doing her thing on YouTube. But we do got to see the channel.
How did you end up popping your balloon?
First, it was the age. You said you were 36?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So it was the age, and then I just didn't like how the comment was. She's, not as thick. I don't know why he would say that. Like it shouldn't be off, based off who's thick and not. So, yeah.
Did I miss that? Did this guy really said she's not thick? If he did, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of wild. But apparently I did, because that's what she popped on him for.
That's what he likes.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. And now is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, she's beautiful. I like her skin.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
And we get two more. Oh, okay. Let's start over here. Your name and age.
My name's Ken Brianna and I'm 26.
And Kimbriana, what do you do?
I'm a full-time doctorate student,
What are you getting your doctorate in?
naturopathic medicine.
Okay, smart girl. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just the age, really. I'm 26, he's 36. That's like 11 years. Yeah, that's a push for me. But you look good. You cleaned up. You did
Thank
it
you.
for sure.
You're beautiful too. Thank you.
And she's someone that's your type?
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's very good looking.
Thank you.
I like her smile.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let's go on over here.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a bit surprised about the people who disqualified. Sorry, I'm a little bit surprised with the people who disqualified him. Tongue tied today. For age, I feel like I don't know. I mean, everyone has their preference and everyone has their views, but I typically feel like when I see these scenarios, the women don't necessarily pop on a guy for being like he's 36, right? He wasn't like they're 26 and he was like 56. So I didn't really see that as a big enough age gap. And part of me suspects it's something else, but I have to take them at their word if they complimented him in other ways. But I just know that on this show and in general, when, people are getting rejected, people always try to find better ways to reject them. And so they find something that seems a little bit more reasonable. So putting up the, oh, you're a little too old thing probably seems like it's better than I'm just not attracted to you, perhaps. But I mean, again, I would be guessing at what the reason is. I just don't feel like the age gap is necessarily big enough. I mean, for her, she's 26, he's 36, so I can get it. But I don't know. Some of the other people had a similar response, and I wasn't too sure if I bought it. But all right, that's just me. Let's keep going.
Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Janine. I'm 28. Sorry.
28?
Yeah, I just had a birthday.
Okay, happy birthday. And what do you do?
I'm the owner and operator of Pretty Breeze Braids here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Did you do your own braids?
I did.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
It took a long time.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I just didn't like the haircut. It's just I don't like it. Yeah. Thank you.
Why do you gotta zoom in on that? I had the same exact haircut. I mean, it ain't as high right now, but damn. It's all right, man. It's a good fade, man. It's a good fade. Your barber didn't leave you out here looking crazy. All right. So, don't mind the haters, okay?
Thank you.
Crazy.
And now she's someone that's your type.
She's very beautiful, very attractive.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And let's go on over here. Your name and age.
I'm Deanna.
Maybe he had to pick out the middle. Maybe he had to pick out the middle a little bit. You see this part right here? There's a part right here where it just looks a little like he just needed to run the comb through it real quick. But see, that's me nitpicking. And if that's actually the reason why you disqualified somebody, then it's not really the reason why you disqualified somebody. It was the BS reason you came up with to make it make sense to try to, lay him down a little bit easier. Because there ain't no way I'm honestly believing that. But, maybe I'm just in denial because his haircut and my haircut are not that far away. I'm just a little shorter right now. Let's keep going.
Deanna, and I'm 29.
Deanna, what do you do?
I'm a direct support professional.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
The haircut. I would say the haircut for me, yeah. But he is dressed nice.
The haircut. Why is it taking you out?
Do y'all really believe that they disqualified this man for a haircut? Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest for a second. Just for a second, just want you to think about it. Do you really believe it's the haircut? Listen, they doing a scan on him right now.
Oh.
How do you want it?
Just the haircut cannot be that bad. There is no way the haircut is that bad. I refuse to believe the haircut is that bad. We got to call it out. There's another reason. And it might be closer to some of the other reasons I mentioned earlier. Just kind of the way he talks a little bit. maybe just general general attractiveness. I am tongue tied today. It's crazy. Or just maybe they're just not feeling the vibe. But the way she jumped on the haircut bandwagon, I refuse to believe it. Again, you know what? This one in the white here does hair for a living, so maybe she's looking at some additional things that, you know, just a layman ain't looking at. And I'm guessing she just piggybacked on it because she needed an excuse as well. But I mean, come on. I feel like they're just finding dumb excuses at this point. And I get it. He wasn't going to choose him anyway, but like, give me a better reason than that, you know? All right, let's keep going.
Probably lower and like all even around. Yeah.
It can be done.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
So you're more focused on the haircut than.
Well, initial attraction. I mean, just to be specific, it's the haircut for me for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wouldn't want you to change that. You know, that's what you like.
I agree. I was just asking. Just want to know.
Yeah.
All right. And now she's someone that's your type.
She's very beautiful. Very good looking.
Thank you. Let's head back this way. We do still have an.
Like I said, I don't care. I just wanted to know. Well, I ain't changing the haircut anyway. I just want to know for future reference, but doesn't mean I was going to change the style up. You know, I feel him on that.
Unpop balloon. Let's have your name and age, please.
I am Brittany. I'm 28.
All right. Brittany, what do you do?
I am an office coordinator. I also am in school to become a sign language interpreter.
Nice.
All right. So, Brittany, you still have your balloon unpopped. Why so?
I wanted to hear more information about you and get a chance to ask you some questions as well.
You know what's funny? She almost looks like this contestant almost looks like she could be like a relative to Arlette, right? They're like this. Well, not in this still, but they're almost look kind of related. It's interesting. All right, let's keep going.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions for one another? Go ahead.
Yes, do you have any children?
No, I don't have any children.
Okay. And what is your relationship like with your mom?
We get along very well. We talk every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what would you say you are looking for in a woman?
I like an easygoing woman, a woman that will not talk down on me, a woman that will not disrespect me, someone with a good sense of humor.
And do you provide a space where she can feel safe enough to not have to be combative or have to question what your motives are?
Yeah, I'm a very fun guy to be with. I don't get along with everybody, but if you get to know me, I'm a good guy.
That was an interesting question that she asked there, because she said, like, I feel like there's a couple of like layers to unpack. So she basically asked him, do you provide a space where she can feel protected enough to not want to be combative? I found the phrasing interesting, and I'm trying to understand what she means. I feel like I get what she means. But I feel like I'd be reaching, but I'm gonna, that's what we're doing here. We're reacting, so we're gonna reach, right? I just kind of feel like she's saying, are you like a typical provider type? In which case she can feel more in her feminine, in which case she would not necessarily need to be combative. That's what I'm getting from that. I don't really feel like he answered that directly. Maybe he didn't pick it up. He's kind of just saying, fun guy to be around. I'm just, yeah, it's interesting sometimes to kind of see what people are necessarily going for or getting at when they're trying to, size someone up for whether or not they're actually a match. But I'm not sure if he caught that. I mean, looking at this guy, he kind of does seem old fashioned in a lot of ways. So I kind of feel like he'd probably be that type of person in the first place, but definitely he ain't answering that way right now. Or maybe he is, and I just paused it before he actually got to say anything. So let's see. Let's keep it going.
Okay, what do you mean by you don't get along with everyone?
Oh, because people don't give the chance. That's all.
Okay.
But those that give me the chance know I'm a good guy.
And do you have any felonies?
No, never before.
That's the hard questions.
No.
Okay.
Wild question, but fair one as well. Fair one as well.
Okay.
Okay. And now, is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, I like how she looks good. She's beautiful.
Do you have any questions for her? She was throwing them all out. Oh, okay.
I love what you had to say, and I wanted to know. But overall, look, I need a taller man. I do. I like a taller man. I like a man who is at least like 6'2", minimum.
Okay.
But I would like to hear what you had to say. Yes.
Guys. Guys, listen, I don't, all right, I hope he says it, but like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? She's got to be wearing heels. He is already taller than her by a couple of inches. And she's saying she wants someone like 6'2". Like, I don't even, I'm not gonna lie. At some point, it's so funny. At some point, I started to think about those crazy red pill podcasts where they would pull up like what do they say, like a delusion calculator or something, where it was just like, well, the percentage of people who meet this criteria for height, ethnicity, or race, if you have a preference, and then make this much, and all these different parameters. By the time you actually get everything checked off on the checklist, you're down to like a very, very small percentage of men like in America or like in the world, right? And then after that, they need to like you as well, right? It's like, it's always this funny thought. And I just feel like when people do that, I don't know if she's serious when she said that, or it's just like, it's the thing she's giving because maybe the attraction is not there. Maybe she didn't like his answer to the other question that she asked him. But to me, that just seems kind of like, what are we doing here? You know, like I'm be honest, I don't know how tall everyone is right now. And maybe he says it when I press play, but he doesn't seem short to me. So, you know, when she says she wants someone who's 6'2", he gotta be at least 6 feet. Like at least. Like, okay. Let's see what happens. Ridiculous, by the way.
Yes.
That's your preference. Right?
Yes, that is my preference.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'11". Some people
Okay. All right. See, he's close enough. Okay. It's like, what are you doing? You show up and you pull out a ruler. Like, let's see if you really make the height here. We're being kind of ridiculous, but I mean, listen, I can't fault people for having preferences, but I think that when you are, I think everyone has to, like, you have to weigh certain preferences against like they have to be weighted, right? Like there's the perfect candidate, and then there's like a would be nice to have XYZ, right? And I don't know, I just feel like when I see that one, especially for someone who's tall enough, I think it's a little bit ridiculous. But okay, let's keep going.
I look taller, but I'm 5'11".
Okay, got it. All right, well, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's head on back. So that is all of the balloons popped, unfortunately, but thank you so much for coming on. I'll take the mic. Let's go ahead and give it up for him, ladies. Thank you. Okay, let's bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Jonas.
They popped on my guy before he even got the mic. When that happens, it's usually an initial attraction thing, though. So, we'll see.
Jonas, how old are you?
I'm 32 years young.
And what do you do?
I am a doctor of physical therapy. So if you guys have back pain or foot pain from those heels, I can help you out. I'm a real estate investor. I also love God. Jesus changed my life. He set me free. He's why I am this way. I'm super happy. And I'm just looking for a woman to build a kingdom with and generational wealth with.
Okay, we love that. So now, what are some things?
All right, my guy came out strong. He didn't care that some people popped on him immediately. He had a mission, and he's doing his thing. So far, he's doing his thing. I got no complaints.
You like to do for fun?
I love to exercise. I love to travel. I love to learn as well.
Okay. And what are you looking for in a woman?
I'm looking for a woman who loves God and just who does have a nice career and also who is very nice on the inside as well.
All right. What are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breakers, if she doesn't believe in God, if she just is inside of her home, and if she's not nice on the inside. So.
All right. We like that. So
I don't know what he meant by she's just inside her home. Like maybe he meant she's not doing anything with her life, but maybe just a little nervous. Like again, remember, like there's a lot of, I mean, he came out strong, but just remember that like a lot of people view these videos, like these typically average in the millions every episode. So I think once you're at this point and you know that that's going to happen and you're like speed dating effectively, people get nervous out here. So again, just a misspeak, and I am stretching it a lot further than it was, but I will say that because I think it will apply to some of the other folks who come out later in the day as well. All right, let's keep going.
So we did get some pop balloons. Let's go on over there, see why they ended up popping. All right, your name and age?
I'm Brittany. I am 28.
Okay. And Brittany, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I popped my balloon just off of first glance. I wasn't a fan of the full outfit. It's very nice, but it just wasn't what I was looking for.
Okay. So now is Brittany someone that's your type?
Yeah, I think she's gorgeous. Very nice hair, very nice dress, very nice heels.
Thank you.
I would say definitely yes.
Thank you.
And we got two more pops down here. Your name and age?
I'm Janine. I'm 28.
All right. Janine, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Honestly, I think you're dressed very nice. I love everything that you said. It was just off of initial attraction. It just kind of felt like we wouldn't match personalities. I feel like you're very well spoken, and that's really, really good. I'm just looking for someone with a little bit, a little gangster lean in them.
Thanks. Hey.
Just a little bit, not too much, but yeah. Thank you.
Hey, back in the day before I knew Christ, I was a little bit like that, but I'm a
No,
changed
back
man.
in
That's
the
okay.
day.
I
That's so funny. Where
appreciate
you
it though.
from?
Appreciate it. What's that?
Where are you from?
I live in Chicago, but I'm from East Africa.
Okay.
The country is called
Compton.
Eritrea. It's north of Ethiopia.
Oh, that's
Super small
awesome.
country. Mhm.
Thank you.
So yeah, appreciate it.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
I think she's gorgeous. She looks like a queen. I love the hair, love the beads.
Thank you. I
So yeah, I
appreciate
think she's
that.
gorgeous.
All right. Thank you. What's going over here?
I gotta say this. Shout out to this guy, because like usually there's, like I said, the hardest thing to do, I think, in life, and it's like a skill people have to build up and get better at, is just accepting rejection, especially when people kind of like reject you for certain reasons. Like in this case, she was very sweet. She's not, coming for him in some of the ways I've seen on this show before, but she just said, hey, not my preference. I'm looking for someone with the gangster lean, right? And I mean, when I hear that, I kind of think it's kind of like, I'm like, all right, like there. That's what she said. There's an aesthetic she's actually trying to paint out. So I'm not gonna falter for that, because that doesn't necessarily mean someone is like CJ from San Andreas, but it there's an aesthetic she's talking about, and sometimes when people paint you a certain way, when you might be interested in them, or you feel like they don't know you, you might not necessarily like how that happens, but how you respond in situations like that, I think is very important. Now, look, personally, I don't think he probably would have picked her. I'm still trying to kind of pick who I think out of here he would be more mesh with. Right now, I'm going to guess it's probably this one. Just my initial guess, but we'll see. But shout out to him with the way, like, just his general energy and the way he kind of handles the situation. He's not letting anything get to him. He's keeping his energy, spirits up high. He's complimenting people on the way out. I mean, this guy's doing his thing. Shout out to him.
Your name and age.
Deanna, and I'm 29.
All right. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
The initial attraction, I would say, again, the haircut. Like, specific with that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, it would be the haircut for me. He has everything, it sounds like, together. So, yeah.
Okay. So what kind of haircut do you like? Like
Low. I just need it low and all
Fade.
around. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Just keep it simple. But, it looks good on him, but just for me,
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
I think she's gorgeous on the outside. It's not a heck yes, but she's fine. I'm sure she'll find another great man on the show. Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Translate, he's not thinking that, but again, he's a nice guy, so he's not gonna go out here and say anything crazy. He just spent all that time in the beginning saying that he is a man of God, so he's gonna do his best to basically be that example. So shout out to him again.
And we got one back over here. Your name and age.
I'm Ashley, and I am 26.
Ashley, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I just see us being like really good friends. Like that's all. Like you're very handsome. I love the way you talk. Like you have really good energy. Like that's why I feel like we should be like best friends. That's why. That's the only thing.
Okay. So no romantic vibes.
No, yeah, no romantic vibes. Just like really good friends, and as well like we can grow together in Christ. 'Cause,
Amen.
I love
Amen,
God.
sister. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Is she someone that's your type?
Definitely. She's definitely nice, the way she talks on the inside. And I'm also friends with a lot of people I do date eventually, because I think in a marriage, it's good to first be best friends and then go, yeah.
That's
but hey,
very true.
if I'm not your cup of tea, that's all right. You'll find another great man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Jonas, we've got two beautiful ladies left. Let's go ahead and ask them a question.
When you're stressed out or anxious, what are ways that you cope with it?
Okay. Let's start here. Name and age first.
I feel like he's basically looking for like a I pray kind of answer, but I mean, let's see. I'm making a big assumption here, but I mean, he did kind of say that he's looking for, so I feel like that is almost kind of a given. But let's see.
First, and then answer his question.
Hi, my name is Vanessa. I'm 27. When I'm stressed out or anxious, I definitely pray. I have a very strong prayer life. I also have social groups from communities like that I built from church, so like small groups and stuff. I'll quickly text in a group message like, hey, what's going on, but prayer first and foremost.
Okay. And what about over here? Your name and age first, and then answer his question.
My name's Kim Brown, and I'm 26, and I would say how I cope with anxiety and being stressed out. Recently, I've been doing like tapping, like emotional freedom technique, just tapping, or I'll just, sometimes if I'm anxious or overwhelmed, because I am a full-time doctorate student in naturopathic medicine, like sometimes it's a cry and then I'm good, or sometimes it's a walk, or sometimes it's a call my cousin, or sometimes it's a call my sisters, but yeah, I think that's how I say I would cope with it, or I'd go do a workout, do some Pilates, listen to some music, dance in the mirror, something like that. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting because in my view, her explanation was more like I feel like the first girl's explanation was more like exactly the kind of answer he would look for in terms of like checking the box. But I feel like her answer was more in depth in terms of what she would do beyond that. Like, okay, I did that, but like now what do I do in the world to actually try to get past however it is I'm feeling? And she kind of gave a wide range of things that she would do. Now, I don't know necessarily like which way he takes that. Does he prefer the person who checks the box, or does he prefer the person who kind of just gives more like, hey, like these are some of the practical examples that I'm going to apply. Um, I don't know. Let's see.
Self-care stuff.
By the way, I think a lot of the times, especially with guys, we're able to look over certain things if it doesn't necessarily check the box, if there's a higher level of attraction. So, I am guessing still, he would probably pick her out of the two. That's just my guess, but I have to see how he responds to her first to know if I feel confident enough in that guess. But let's see.
Stuff. Yeah.
That's nice. And then what about for yourself? How do you deal with anxiety and all that?
Yeah, so very similar to both those answers. Definitely
Okay, him backing up and not responding is a little weird though. But okay, let's keep going.
first prayer. Whenever I pray, it just gets away anxiety, gets away stress. I also like to exercise, go to the gym. I also talk to different friends on the phone as well.
Yeah.
Those are the three.
All right, so he basically merged their answers. So the first person talked about prayer, the second person talked about the everything else she does, and he kind of merged it. But I wonder if he will take the choice of the first person to lead with prayer into consideration over the other. But let's see.
3 ways that I de-stress.
Okay. Go ahead and ask them another question.
What does love mean to you?
Ooh.
Deep, I know.
What
Deep,
does love
too
mean
deep,
to
too deep.
you? We'll start here this time.
My name and age?
Yeah, or just
Okay.
answer.
What does love mean to me? That okay.
He was looking around a lot, though. I mean, I'm nitpicking here, but that's probably where the nerves kick in. Like I could I mean, I also have it at 1.25 speed, so things are happening a lot faster. But just kind of like the constant head turns and not looking straight is those are the nerves. Those are the nerves. But okay.
It means everything. I think I think love means a lot for different people, but I think for me, it's like just accepting a person as they are, being open-minded with that person, not like trying to control that person and how they do things and such, or just loving them as they are. I mean, that's a huge question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right. And what about over here?
Yeah, I agree. It's a loaded question. But to put it simply, I think that love is being there when it matters. So sticking it out for the long haul. That's through thick and thin. Through arguments, through ups, through downs. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe. Actually gonna pop.
Okay. Why'd you end up popping?
I think that he's really attractive. It's just when I see him, I don't see like my man. So yeah, I love what he does. I think he's attractive.
All right. Cool.
All right, friend zoned him. That's just what it is. That happens. I am not gonna lie. I am not really able to read this guy that well. I think he came out strong. I think he's generally, had a decent showing, but I'm not too sure if the person that's left is someone for him, or I don't want to say there's a non-interest about him, but maybe he's just trying to play it so cool that he's giving that off as well. But yeah, I mean, let's see. There's only one person left, so we'll see how that goes. Cool.
Is she someone that's your type?
Definitely. The fact that she loves the Lord, you can make anything work. That's the number one thing. I think she's gorgeous. Her posture, her stance, her shoes. Look at those shoes. Those are fabulous shoes. Love them, sis.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Now we've got our last lady over here. Do you have any questions for him?
I don't know. I kind of agree with what she said. Okay. Very attractive. I love your career. I'm also getting my doctorate, so I love that. It's just attraction-wise, I don't know, like friends, cool, talk a little bit, but I'm not feeling like, you know?
Okay.
So, yeah,
So you're gonna pop your balloon?
I'm gonna pop.
Go ahead.
Dang.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, you got friend zoned by everybody, so that happens too. That happens too. There's a lot of boxes to check. Sometimes you could be deficient in, well, yeah, some things you could be deficient in, and then others kind of make up for it. But yeah, I guess he couldn't overcome the "I'm a cool friend" vibe, which is in the dating world not a place you want to be because you can be there forever.
Okay. And now, is she someone that's your type?
I think she's nice and respectful. She was kind. She's not feeling the like she was saying. That's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, no, I totally respect it. It's all good.
All right, sounds good.
I actually
Thank
feel like
you.
you probably liked her.
All right. Well,
So
that's
my
all
pick
the
was
balloons
probably
popped.
wrong, but
Unfortunately,
I'll
thank
get
you so
friends
much for
on my
coming
opinion
on. Let's
anyway,
give it
so.
up for him, ladies. I'll take the mic.
Great,
Thank you. Okay, let's bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome in. Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Kevin.
Kevin. How old are you?
I'm 36 years old.
And what do you do?
Yeah, I'm an enterprise account executive. I'm also an actor, and I have a family-owned business that sells Jamaican food and jerk chicken and jerk sauce.
Okay,
Yeah.
you be cooking or?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
okay,
You gotta
okay.
either dance or cook if you're Jamaican. You know what it is.
All right. And what are some things you like to do for fun?
Yeah, I like to travel a lot. Like, I've been to 12 countries in 2 years. The last 2 years. Like, I was in Paris for the Olympics. I went to the gold medal game. Shout out to Steph Curry. He did amazing. We were born the same week, but he makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. Yeah, I like to box. I like to work out, box, play basketball. And, like, I'm in the tech space, so I like helping, like, people like kids actually go ahead and get in the tech space at all. Also, like, I don't know if you watch the game.
Pop. People's crazy, man. You like to do charity? Pop the balloon, sir. Get this man out of here. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it. I have a few thoughts, though, but let's let him finish first.
But one of the main lines they said was, you don't got to sell drugs to live life like you sell drugs. And I like to tell kids that and like to make sure that they like to get as much as possible out the world. You know, tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now what are some things you look for in
Real quick, I just want to mention this before I forget. I think it's probably this girl who's the one who was 26. And when that first guy came out and said he was 36, she said was the age. I just want to point out, notice she did not pop the balloon. So kind of going to my initial point that people say things, but like, it's not really the things, right? Like the thing that they probably originally thought was just like, there was just no attraction here. And they found something to cling on to give a what they believe was a better way to let someone down. But I just want to call out the fact that this guy's also 36. And so I don't remember why she popped. She probably gonna say something about his haircut, right? But maybe both of them talk about haircuts. Maybe they both gonna say something about the haircut. But I do know, I think she definitely did, and I'm not sure she did. But when the first guy came through, she said something about him being too old. But he is the same exact age as this guy, and ain't no one pop. Just wanted to call that out. Let's keep it going.
a woman?
Oh, well, I'm not gonna lie. This I feel like you all know there's a gender war going on out there. Like people talking about, oh yeah, men aren't doing this, women aren't doing this. I just want somebody that's willing to show up. I understand we both need to show up 100%. Don't think about what they're saying online. Actually, just come out straight up. Somebody want to be a partner, and I just understand that it's not about what people say or what people complain about. Actually, take each other in and understand that we need to be our best selves looking forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was worried for him for which direction he was going to take that there, but I think that was a reasonable approach. He's just saying, cut the BS online. Let's be there for each other, which is fair, which is reasonable. But I was curious. Like, is this a Reddit user? Is this the guy in the Reddit threads? Or is he, a little bit more well-adjusted for society? We'll see. But he sounded like he's a ladder. But to be fair to him, let's keep it going.
So that's what you look for in a woman?
I look for that.
Okay.
I look for someone that's ambitious. I look for somebody that's ambitious. I understand, like, even in a relationship, I got to be the best boyfriend, but then after that, I got to be the best husband, and then after that, I got to be the best father. So I look for someone that's trying to be the best girlfriend, then understand the best wife, and then mother.
Okay.
So, it's not just about being the same, it's about continuing to evolve and be better, as best as possible.
I see. All right, and now what are some of your deal breakers?
Oh my gosh. All right, so number one, just like, don't be negative. Like, try to be solutions oriented. Don't try to talk about why stuff doesn't work. It's like, how can stuff work? Try to have a positive attitude like that. Number two, like, I'm not saying you got to be overly religious, but just like don't be atheist. Like, don't say I don't believe in anything. And it's 2025. I gotta say this. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have to, but like, for the sake of my kids, our future kids that I don't have yet, please, because kids are brutal today. If you have something for a subscription for $9.95 to OnlyFans or something like that, where they can get made fun of at the lunch table, or I gotta actually, when someone toasts and says, "Hey, I know she'll make you happy," I gotta say, "What do you mean by that?" That's a problem for me. So I mean, I don't think that's a big ask, but in today, you just gotta ask that. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. So we got some pop.
He did a lot of yapping there, but I think that is not enough to disqualify him. I think it's one of those things where if people are, like I said, people are going to like hear you out if there is a general attraction there. If it's not, that will be the thing that they use to disqualify you. So, like I said, the people who have not popped already are probably good with just the initial attraction part. So I think as they continue and talk more, they'll see if they want to stay there. But the first two is probably going to be haircut or something along those lines. But let's see.
Balloons is gone over there. See why they ended up popping. All right, so we'll start over here. Your name and age.
I'm Janine. I'm 28.
Okay. And Janine, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I popped for a couple reasons. They're very superficial, so it's nothing personal. Obviously, I don't know you, but it was the mismatched color jewelry, like that.
You mean the two-tone and the tennis string?
Yeah, I just don't like that combo. I don't know. I just don't like it. And then the shoes.
That's crazy.
And then also the height. Like I said, those are very also like superficial things. I normally don't wear heels, but today I am. So in the occasion I do want to throw on heels, I kind of do want to be a little bit taller than my partner. But I do like everything you said. I think you're really funny, outgoing, and I think.
Wait. Was that a misspeak? She said she wanted to be taller than her partner with heels? Or her partner be taller than her? Because she said she's wearing heels, right? And I mean, unless the perspective is off here, he's taller than her. So am I missing that? I'm not sure if I understood that. But the other thing, the miscolored chain and then the shoes, I'm just like, you just don't like the fit is what she's saying, which is fine. But, I feel like it's interesting because she called him superficial when he first came out based on the fact that he's wearing the chain. And again, the overall aesthetic that he kind of gives off, right? But nonetheless, she's kind of disqualified everybody for what you could call superficial reasons so far, right? Like 2 people got disqualified for haircuts, right? Like a haircut, like your hair grow every week, right? For guys, like if you want to stay fresh, you're gonna have to get a shape up at least every week. Especially like what this guy got going is basically the same thing I got going for the most part. This does not stay fresh for that long. you got to redo it like every week, every 2 weeks, and same thing with the other people who came through, and they got disqualified for haircuts, which they could have changed in 2 weeks if they really felt like they just wanted a slightly different style. So I just found it funny, saying it was superficial and kind of disqualifying other people for those reasons. But I think it's really, when she says it, it's more so getting at the overall aesthetic, the chains, the Jordans. It's like it's reading a lot from somebody off of, like, you're kind of assuming a lot about somebody when you don't know them, which she did at least admit. But people just, like, when you're doing these things, you just find little markers and you run with it, right? You knew someone who reminded you of this, that acted this way and believed these things, and so remind you that, like, this guy reminds her of those type of people, right? Whatever or whoever they are, and that's probably not fair, especially considering how he speaks. But that's the game. Let's keep it going.
Like your head is really on a good path and going straight forward.
Okay. So obviously I have to ask, how tall are you?
5'11".
5'11". Yeah. Okay. How tall are you again?
I'm 5'6.5". Girl. But I don't know. It's the heels and just the atmosphere off, like, based off the initial attraction. Like, you're fine, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like like that's what I'm looking for, like. Yeah. But,
all right. Now, is she someone that's your type?
No. The answer is no. I mean, the answer is no. He also feels offended that she called him superficial. Like, you could see he was instantly salty for that. But the answer is no. She's not someone he finds attractive. Let's see how he deals with this rejection, because this kind of says a lot about people. But he's not attracted, and he's hurt. And he's hurt. Those 2 things are there.
No, I don't think so.
All right. And why not?
I don't know. It's just not the same thing you said. You said I'm fine, but I'm just my tongue wouldn't go as far as yours personally. That's all I can say. I mean, but it was still. I mean, you're attractive, but to me, you're not. Like you said, maybe I'm not just reeking for you. The energy is just not reeking for me the same way. Yeah, but you do look nice though. I like the hair and like the beads.
Thank you. I did it myself.
Oh, what? That's what's up.
All right, thank you. Let's go on over here. Your name and age.
Deanna, and I'm 29.
Right. Deanna, why did you end up popping your balloon?
So I ended up popping because he resembles my uncle. Oh. Like
Uncle's a fine man.
Yeah,
so.
my uncle's young. Me and him is not, we like close in age, but
okay.
he said a lot of
Just
good
because of
things.
haircut.
He dressed nice, handsome, but he just reminds me of my uncle. So yeah.
Like look-wise or
Look,
personality?
face. Yeah, yeah.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from New York.
Where are they from?
They're from Florida.
I
Trinidad.
mean,
They're like Trinidad.
I mean, I'm Jamaican. Maybe.
Okay, so cousins.
yeah. I mean, say.
All right. So his hair is fine. You didn't say the hair?
Well, I try to, deter from that, but, nothing's wrong with your hair. I just personally like lower cuts, but all of the guys have the same,
Okay.
But
At least she's consistent. I'll give her that much. At least she's consistent. She just likes a shortcut. That's it. You can't have you trying to have some texture at the top. She's not doing that. So, all right.
yeah, you're handsome. You said a lot of good things. You're dressed nice, so.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, she's someone that's your type.
Yeah, you're from Trinidadian too?
No, I'm black.
Oh, you're just black?
Yeah.
No, she looks nice. I like the contrast from your skin to the dress.
you.
A good choice
Appreciate
today.
it.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right, let's head on back. We have 4 beautiful ladies left. Go ahead and ask them a question.
Yeah, so I got a good question. So we all know the love languages, and honestly, they're reversible to mean something to some people and not mean something to other people. What's your love language, and why do you think it's important to you? What's your explanation, if you were to explain it, why it's important to you?
Okay, so what is your love language and why is it important to them? Okay, let's start over here. Your name and age.
So my name is Ashley, and I am 26. My love language is acts of service, just because I feel like that's what makes me feel like I'm cared for. You're attentive and, just nurturing. I just love like the little things of, the service, like holding the door, tying my shoe, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Let's go on over here. Name and age and answer to his question.
Yes, I'm Brittany. I'm 28. I could kind of piggyback off of what she says. I do like acts of service, but to say something different, I would say quality time. I'm really big on spending time with someone, not all the time, but when we do spend time together, being present in that moment and being really together.
Saito, you know what just hit me? Don't this guy look like damn, what's that guy's name? You know the guy from the memes who's like with the Saratoga water? Don't he look like him? don't he look like him when you think about it? It's like I think what's that guy's name, man? Ashton Hall. Yeah, there it is. This guy does look like Ashton Hall. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be surprised if before he walked out, he dipped his face in some Saratoga water. But all right, let's go.
Your name and age and answer to his question.
Hi, my name is Vanessa. I'm 27. My love language is quality time. I really enjoy spending time with my partner, and I feel like being in person is really how you have a chance to develop the relationship. So yeah, I'm really looking for a partner.
Name and age and answer to his question.
My name's Kim Brianna, and I'm 26. Top 3 love languages are number 1 is words of affirmation. Just a little, you look good. Like, oh, you did that. Like, oh, thanks, babe, for that. Just something to, Also, quality time, of course. I love spending time with really anybody that I care about for real. And physical touch. And then it's not a love language, but food, feed me, please.
He does say he cooks.
All of that. But yeah.
Right, cool. Thank you. And we did get a pop balloon over here. Why'd you end up popping?
Hi, my name is Vanessa, and I'm 27. I ended up popping. I really like that you're in sales. I'm also in technology sales, and so that's something that I connected with you on. Also, you giving back to children. I also sit on a junior executive board, giving back to children. So those are things I connected with you on. Honestly, initially, I wasn't sure. I wanted to hear more about like what you do and like the answers to your own questions. I just felt like I was holding on to the balloon because I couldn't find a reason. So I don't want to make anything up. I think you're an attractive man. I like what you do. I like your jacket. Yeah.
Okay. So now is she someone that's your type?
You have a gap just like my mother, honestly, and I'm not. It's a good thing. It's very homely. But I like honestly. I like.
See, okay, hold on. That just sounds wild to me. I don't know how to respond to that. Okay. I mean, like her face is kind of like her reaction to that. It was so left field. Like Okay, all right. Let's let it play out. Let's see where he's going with this. It just felt like a weird response, but I'm flabbergasted. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm flabbergasted. That's a crazy response.
Liked your colors. You look nice. Your reason. I mean, well, just look. We're talking about just looking at her, right? Yeah, she looks.
Anything? Or off what you heard, whatever it is for you, if that would make her your type, if not, if she's not.
I mean, yeah. I mean, well, just looking at you, you're fine. I honestly, I love Gabs because it just reminds me of the first person I've ever saw. But honestly, your reason, I'm always curious to just people's decision making capabilities. I have no idea what you just said.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie though. Okay. I see where he's going. He was just trying to say you remind me of my mom. So that's cool. There's an attraction there, I guess. Is the way he kind of, made that go around. I don't know why he said that, but okay, that's what he said. But I agree with him. I was gonna mention that. I don't even know, like, when she didn't actually explain why she popped. She gave him a whole bunch of compliments and said I was holding on to the balloon and was looking for a reason, but I couldn't find one. So then what's the reason that you popped? Like, what eventually made you want to pop? She didn't actually say it. So I kind of agree with him on that, actually, because it wasn't clear.
To be honest,
I'll take it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm just like kind of nervous because like I haven't done this, whatever. Can I have my balloon back?
Oh,
Can I have my balloon back? I want to hear more. Okay, I'm just like I don't want.
My God. Oh, nah. She's not getting shows out here, man. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've ever seen someone like when it's like a women lineup, they would never usually take it back. It's like, no, I made the decision. That's it. I've seen guys try to convince people to like, hey, can you unpop? And they're like, no, it's fine. I've never seen this one before, where she gave a response that made no sense, and she's just like, can I take that back? I mean, yeah, I guess they could give her another balloon, but this is just funny. This is funny. Yeah, this is funny.
I want to make the wrong decision. Like I'm up here. I'm like, oh, should I pop or not? Okay.
Let's get her balloon back. Good, hand it on over to
I mean,
her.
it's your life. I mean, all your job is to be sure about life. That's it to me. Like, whatever you make a decision, just stand by it. If you can't stand by it, that's all I want people to do. Whatever you gotta do, just stand by it.
I definitely stand by. I'm somebody that when I make a decision,
Can't
I
say
have
you stand
very
by a decision.
I have very
Can't say
little like room. I make a decision quickly. But like when it comes to love, I feel like there's so many games that are played like in relationships and stuff. So it's like, should I, So yeah, this is a new experience. Okay, bear with me. I hope you didn't take offense to that.
No, you're
Let's
good.
continue.
All right, head on back this way. Okay, so I'm now gonna hand you a pick.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy part, right? Is that now he has to eliminate like one or two people. So what if he just walks back over and eliminates her anyway? Okay, let's see.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have you pop one balloon.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay. This guy got a flair for the dramatic. Okay, I see. Why he do that? Why he do that? Y'all saw what he just did? He put the needle over the girl who just got her balloon back and went to the girl at the right. I'm curious. And then he's giving her this crazy look right afterward. Like what is going on here? Why are you giving her that look? Even she's kind of right there like, excuse me. Oh man. This guy's kind of funny actually. All right. And I mean, he's not trying to be, but yeah. I mean, like what is this? What is this?
Ooh. All right. So why did you have your balloon unpopped?
He looks good. I like your career. I like that you give back to the community. I liked everything that you were saying. That's it.
Okay. And why'd you end up popping hers?
First of all, you're gorgeous. I loved it. You look like Whitley Gilbert from A Different World. A Jasmine Guy. That's her real name. Your reasons for the reason I just wanted to honestly, when I asked that question, the reason I asked that is just to see like how deep was it. You were just like
I didn't answer the second part.
You were just like I like to just get complimented. You were like words of affirmation, or I like to just see things. They actually went into details of quality times means presence. They said what it meant. Okay. Yours was honestly so surface level. It didn't actually mean deeply in your heart what it meant to you. So in this situation, It's really about like just being deeper within surface level, and just your answer at this point and what you just presented. That's what it was. It was just pretty surface level. They really went to what it meant to them, why it meant it to them, and why they want to continue to have that. Yeah.
I respect.
I mean, I'm surprised, to be honest, that I'm surprised that he took it there, right? And he basically just said, "Hey, your responses weren't good enough," right? And I say that because like I just think I don't really see it happen. Like I've seen episodes of the show before where guys would basically pick the person who really didn't give the grace of answers, but being that they were just generally attracted to them more than anyone else, they kind of let things slide. So, what this is telling me right now is that she is probably not the one he is the most attracted to. Otherwise, he probably would have let her slide. It's like, oh, we're on a speed dating show on Netflix. Sorry, not Netflix. There's a Netflix version, but on YouTube. So it is what it is. So this tells me he's initially more attracted to someone else. And then secondarily, he's also, again, everyone looks for the thing to cling on to. He's also thinking that answer wasn't great either, by the way. So yeah, that's, it's interesting for sure.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's head on back. We've got 3 beautiful ladies left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
Out of this 3, if I have to pick for which one I think he would pick, I'm still actually not sure. I feel like normally I'd be better at picking this. Part of me was actually thinking similar to the one who popped the balloon on him and then asked for the balloon back. But the way he responded to her after with the you remind me, like I'm actually not sure. Like I said, sometimes trying to read these folks, there's a little bit of weirdness there, but I think it's just the nervousness that is making the general presentation a little awkward. So yeah, we'll keep going though.
Yeah. Who was your top 3 female role models growing up, and why?
Okay, let's start there and come back. All right, let's hear from you.
Okay, this is easy. Number 1, Omarosa Manigault Newman. The reason why is because she's bold, she's confident, she's unapologetic.
Omarosa? Isn't that was she in Trump admin the first time? She did something, right? I forgot. All right. The name's familiar. I don't remember who that is. I should probably Google it, but I don't want to mess up the stream. So we'll check that out later.
She's just so sharp, and I just love her. Secondly, Oprah Winfrey. I kind of grew up seeing bits of her talk show, and again, unapologetic, powerful Black woman. Thirdly,
Mom.
Ooh, I would say my mother. Again, strong, beautiful, confident. The epitome of what it means to be a Black woman. So yeah.
Okay, what about over here?
Yes. I would say Madam C.J. Walker. She's the reason why, we're confident enough to wear our hair and do different things with our hair products and everything like that. And especially now, since, for a while we weren't even allowed to wear our hair out, that's a big deal. That confidence, building that confidence. I would say, who else? Of course, if we can add our parents to that, my mom is the one that helped build the confidence within me, and also taught me that, especially with the way the world is today, there's a time where you can take a back seat. You don't have to always be the strong, strong Black woman. Thank you. You don't always have to be that. You can sit down and let that man lead as long as he is a leader. And that's something that my mom taught me. And then I would also say, it's going to sound kind of silly, but I guess since we're talking about growing up, I'd say maybe even, I hate to say this, Raven Simone. I used to love, that's so Raven. We're talking about growing up, right? So as a child, we have similar personalities.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a funny answer, but let her keep going.
We have big personalities, and I used to always picture myself being someone who can walk into a room and be able to grab a presence. And that's what I learned just as a child watching TV and seeing, like, oh, look, there's someone that looks like me, and she's also confident in herself. So from her Disney Channel days, I really did enjoy the message that she put out to little girls.
I just want to comment on that real quick because it is actually interesting, and I'm not saying it's surprising as like shade to Raven or something like that. It's just more so. Like it is true because she went back to growing up. When you were growing up, like a lot of these characters that you watch on these shows, whether it be Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, whatever it was, there are certain people who came through who really kind of connected with you in a way. Sorry, you connected to them, and there is parts of their personality that you might have looked up to and like even tried to emulate yourself. So. Different time period for everybody, right? Even Raven was a lot different then. But I can see that. I can see that. So like it's actually I wanted to mention it because I think Raven's cool now, but there's times where people are like, they see someone in the media and they're kind of going off on them like, oh, what happened and this and that. But it's kind of cool to see someone get their flowers again, So I think that's dope. I kind of went off on a tangent with that, and I wasn't sure which direction I was going with, but I just wanted to say I thought that was cool. All right, let's keep it going.
Thank you. And what about over here?
So first, I would say my mom. She has always been, my role model. I always look up to her. She is like the true definition of a trophy wife, an amazing mother. Like that's exactly how I want to be. So I do look up to her. I do look up to Beyonce. That's my girl. Beyonce, her song just gave me the confidence. I just love listening to her. She's just like, she just brings the light out in me, when I listen to her songs. And then Keke Palmer. She has always been that girl since younger, older, now. Like she has such an inspiring story. Like I always watch all her interviews and everything. I would love to meet her. So those three for sure.
All right, nice. Okay, it is time to pop. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pop one balloon. Oh, you dropped it.
Probably. Well.
Okay, there you go. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pop one balloon.
Can you ask about mine?
You want the ladies to hear about your role models? Okay, go ahead.
Maybe they don't like that either.
Well, let's know. Yeah.
My guy likes to yap. My guy likes to yap. So he was like, hold on, let me get some yap time first before I go and pop. Or maybe he's looking to stall a little bit. But I get it. My guy's a yapper. I can't talk too much. I'm literally here yapping right now to y'all. So I totally get it.
Go ahead. Let's let them hear your role models.
Oh, yeah. Growing up, I would say, honestly, I asked you for three. I knew one of y'all was going to be your mom. Definitely. So, I had a feeling. So, I said I really wanted to know two. But so one is definitely my dad. The only reason why I had the confidence I have is because he said, yo, Kevin, you're handsome. Kevin, you can do that. And I know a lot of guys don't have that father presence, but just that makes me want to do that for somebody else one day. The second is Kobe Bryant. Just how he was never a victim. He just works hard no matter what. It doesn't matter what the obstacle. And third, I believe this guy is the messiah for black kids everywhere and doesn't get enough credit as Will Smith. Like, honestly, no one, like, he made us know.
I was going to joke and say Dr. Umar. No, I'm playing. Y'all know I got no love for Dr. Umar. But, okay, let's keep it going.
That to be liked by women, you don't have to be a thug. You don't have to be, like, grimy or just, like, tough. He's a hood dude, but still respected by the hood dudes that doesn't act like a hood dude. Okay. He's a guy that's fresh. And he's a guy that plays ball. And that's really all black kids want to do, I feel, in my generation. Play ball, get women, and look cool. And honestly, he did that, and it really helped me. And I feel like a lot of my other friends realized we could just be educated, be yourself, and don't really got to go to the corner. So, Will, I respect you for that.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good to hear that from you. So it is now time to pop a balloon. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pop one.
All right. First of all, these are my top three colors I love to wear. I just want to look at this.
I know. They look so good.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we saw you did get your balloon back. And so what made you ask for it back and what made you hang on to it?
I think that when I considered the reason why I popped initially, it might have just been fear or uncertainty. And so I wanted to give him a chance to show me more.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And why'd you end up popping hers?
There's nothing wrong with you at all. Thank you for the second life. I appreciate it. I feel like Mario. But honestly, it was really just a comparison. Like, your answer was a 9.8, theirs was a 10. Sorry. Like, honestly, about their answers, there's a hidden agenda behind those. They love people that are unapologetically themselves. Keke Palmer is unapologetically herself. Raven Simone's unapologetic. Even in the shows, that's what they did. They want to just be themselves and move forward. They don't care what they want to talk about. Yours was, which I still do respect, which was very business-oriented and being a strong, considerate woman. But I still don't know how Oprah is in a relationship. I don't know how bad she's in a relationship. She seems like she works so hard. But I can imagine how Keke is a little, Keke has some things to worry about, but either way, Kiki's going to be Keke and Raven's going to be Raven. And the fact that, and Beyonce's going to be Beyonce. And they work hard, they're apologetic to themselves, and their art's appreciated. So I just saw that. That's really what I wanted. Yours was, and it's funny because actually it matches your reason for not popping because it was for business reasons and wanting to hear more I want. And those are what those two people do, which they're very business.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy is a yapper. Oh man! All right, let him go. Let him go.
Oriented, want to keep getting stuff. So I know I said a lot, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. I mean, there was
9.8 though.
psychology.
9.8 though.
I mean, personally, I like my answers, but I understand when you
it's-
explain
yeah.
it, there was psychology behind your answer, which, I mean, I can't be mad at. Who I am is who I am, and I answer honestly. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
Also, I feel like I don't. Again, like I said, I don't sometimes know if people say certain things as the reasons to like they believe that this is the nicer way to let someone down, versus like that didn't really versus like they actually mean it, right? So I'm wondering when he talks about like, oh, their answers were 10, yours was a 9.8. Like it seems like he's really focused on the answers, and I'm wondering if there's even a world if she gave a different answer or mentioned the same people as the other ones where he favors her more over the other ones. Like I feel like sometimes it's probably just a general attractiveness thing there or a general vibe thing there. And like I said, you're able to give people passes based on how you're feeling about them. So like, I say that to say like, is the answer really the difference here? Or is it just like, you just feeling the other people more? I'd argue it's probably the latter, but that's fine.
Okay, we've got 2 ladies left. Ladies, any questions for our guy? You ready?
Yeah. So like, what is your relationship with God? Like, do you go like to church every Sunday, or is it just like every once in a while, or do you read, go to Bible study, or what?
Yeah, for sure. I pray every day, at least 4 times a day. If I don't go to church, I try to stream it. To me, like going to church is like going to the gym. Like I feel like you can always do more. I want to do more. Even if I would rate myself as a 7, I think I need to be a 10. So I think I'm good. But I still pray every day. But I think the room for being in small groups and like not just hearing the pastor, but actually hearing about real life situations in little groups could be better. That's how I feel personally. I could do better as accountability that I think I'm messing up and could be a little better with. But still, the vision is there. I want to be better. But right now, like I hold him in everything I do. I pray about every decision I make, and I want my kids to do the same.
Any questions here?
Yes. What are your views on traditional relationships, or what do you think a traditional relationship would look like?
Oh my gosh. Can you unpack that a little bit more?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm asking, would you want a relationship, let's say, like your mother would have had with her husband, or are you more along the lines of how dating is today, where it's a lot of meet me halfway, there's a lot more both of us being the present and holding the household down, as opposed to, let's say, someone back in the years ago?
Right. So I want to say, first of all, this question is probably one of the hardest questions you can ask, because the truth is the only reason why I feel like the answer is changed is because of women. They've been better than they've ever been. Like before, it's easy to tell a woman stay at home when all you can do is stay home.
That's true.
They used to tell you guys you can't even vote because we don't believe that you have the brain to vote, and they used to tell you that you can't. You stay in the house because you can't actually provide anything when everything was labor. So now the truth is, like, even though I've been raised, especially as Jamaican, like understanding and expecting to be the provider and do that, I do understand that you guys have more than you ever have. You guys have more opportunity than you ever had. And if you want to seek that opportunity, maybe I need to take care of the kids more. maybe I need to.
Are you saying that that's something that you'd be okay with? Let's say, you're married to a lawyer. Would you be a stay-at-home dad because she can be able to provide what she needs in the household?
First of all, stay-at-home dad is like, home all the time is crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
But home all the time is crazy. But at the same time, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope women realize this question exists because you guys are better. I mean, it's not because of we're worse. We probably got worse, but we may be worse because we got to deal with you guys getting better. Some guys. So even if you think we're trash now, we've always been trash. You could just see it because you're here now. But I'm saying is that those women that do, like you said, that are lawyer or businesswomen, they have a reputation, almost just like having a kid is neglecting their man because of that. But I just want to let you know I prepare for that. That's half of the reason I make the money I make or have the schedule I have is because I understand that could be a possibility, but let's work on it together. I still want to see that together. I want to see a dynamic together. Like, I'm going to support you, but don't leave me at home looking like, yo, I just gave up every possibility I have for some woman I'll never see. Like, because I wouldn't do that to you. And that's the only reason why I want to do it. I don't care what I'm doing, because guess what? You could give me a better potential than any job could give me. Because I'm not going to lie, like, my dad did pass away on a Sunday. On Monday, they came to pick up the company car. So I think about that every day. So whatever you're working for, that could happen to you, but that's who lives through him, me and my brother. So that's how I feel about you. So as long as that dynamic is worked on and is there, we're good.
All right. It's a long-winded answer, but I think he has a point. I actually agree with him. That's one of those things where sorry. 1 second, I think the night's catching up with me. Yeah, so I think in general he's right there where I think people might have the concept of traditional relationships or whatever it might have been in a different era, but also sometimes you have to match it back with the reality of the current era, right? So like, yes, like women are actually more educated than men when we're looking at stats for, the folks going to college and things like that. And in a lot of ways, the opportunities that women have now are amazing, right? So like the whole traditional like stay at home mom stuff, if you can do it, great. I mean, I'm actually in that situation right now, and it's great. But that's more just like a luck thing, right? But because typically with the way prices are, with the way the world is today, you might have a situation where maybe you'd like to do that, but like financially, that's not something you can afford, and it's actually okay still that you can have both folks in the household be able to kind of do that, right? Like be the providers for the household, right? So it winds up being a thing where I think that question has to be asked within the context of every relationship, and the balance has to be struck, because I think a lot of people might have this concept of traditional, but I don't think the reality always lines up to what that is. And I think people sometimes might have that idea about what is traditional and think it's something they want, but they're just like, they're allowing the idea of something to override the reality of where they are. And it constantly sabotages their situations. So, fair question and fair answer from him. Again, a bit long-winded, but I think it was thorough. So again, shout out to him. He's really he really came to play today. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
Okay, we heard a lot, but it is time to pop.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pop one balloon.
Oh,
I know this is a tough part.
this is a sign too, because me and my brother used to play Ninja Turtles every day, and I was Leonardo he wore blue. But this makes sense because I was Michelangelo. You know what Michelangelo wore?
What he wear?
Orange.
Oh. Okay. We'll be right back. We'll be right back, sis. All right. So why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I like what he was saying. I mean, seems like a really good guy, well spoken, very handsome, like got a lot going for himself. So, that's my type.
And then, so obviously we heard you said you picked her because of the color, but is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, she's beautiful. I loved everything you said. Honestly, quality time is so both of you guys, I love the fact that you appreciated that, because quality time is my favorite, because like I've had pesos, I've had dollars, I've had pounds, but the one currency you can't ever get back is time. And that's why I know that when somebody gives that to me, I got to show you why it's worth it. And the fact that you guys were talking about present, that was amazing to me. I loved it. And the fact that I felt like you guys could show up was why you were the last two. But you're definitely my type. You look very nice. The melanin is amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, I just...
Sounds good. Well, let me have you step on back over there. Come on up here with us, Brittany. Come on up. I'll have you stand here. Yes. All right. Any final question between the two of you before we determine if we got a match?
Yes.
Just one, guys. One.
Okay.
Yes.
Felonies, do you have any? I have to check.
No, I don't have any felonies.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
crazy.
Are you good?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
What do you do for a living, and where do you live?
Where do I live?
Yeah.
Or what do I do and where do I live?
Yeah.
I live here, I live in Phoenix, Arizona. And I am an office coordinator. Right now, I am currently of a school, and currently I'm in school to become a sign language interpreter. So once I'm finished with that, then that will be my career.
Okay, great. Do you plan on like establishing and creating a family in Phoenix? Like, how does that look? What do you plan on your plans?
I do like the weather out here, but no, I think if anything, I would probably buy property, and then I would like to live somewhere that has a little bit more of a season change.
Okay.
Not very much. I don't like snow, but other than that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I told y'all have one up here.
That was it.
Okay. So my final question, is it a yes for you for him?
Yeah, I'd say it's a yes. I like your answers and what you had to say. I'm interested to get to know you more.
Okay. And is it a yes for you for her?
Can I tell her where I live to see? I got to see if she changed her mind.
Go ahead.
Does that matter? If it doesn't matter,
What
it
did you
doesn't
say?
If where he lives will change your mind.
Oh, okay.
matter. Yeah, I live in New York.
A little far, but no, not necessarily. I've been to New York, so that's not. It depends on if we have a real connection. Then maybe I'll come out and see you, or maybe you can come back out here.
Okay. Let me ask you again then. Is it a yes for you for her?
Yes. Yeah, I did say I would only come to Phoenix if Charles Barkley came back to the Suns, but I would definitely do it for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's a yes?
Yes, that's a yes.
We got a match. I'll take the mic. All right, get your girl. You guys can go on up. Yeah, go ahead. Make some noise for them, ladies.
Okay. Dude is a lot more long-winded than a lot of people who come on here, but I guess he was trying to be thorough, so I can't fault him for that. that's what he's doing. It's just yeah, something you're not used to with this whole series here. But all right, let's probably check one more out and then probably wrap it up for the day.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
My name's Jonathan.
Jonathan, how old are you?
I am 35.
And what do you do?
I'm in sales and design for lighting control systems. So when you think of sporting arenas, any type of commercial space, anything like that, I'm designing the lighting and fixtures behind that.
Wow, that's exciting. What are some things like to do for fun?
So speaking of sports, I do a lot of sporting events. I live in Georgia, outside of Atlanta area, so I do a lot of Braves games, the Hawks, Falcons, anything like that. You can catch me in any of those games. When I'm not doing that, I have some free time. I like to travel, spend quality time with my family and friends.
Okay. And now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
I need a woman who is ambitious, spontaneous, self-aware, sure of herself, just loving and caring, things of that nature. You know, when I think about a future and a family, you know, and can communicate effectively.
Okay. And what are some deal breakers?
Multiple kids,
Okay.
Toxic, anyone who is superficial, you know, always putting on a facade for social media or anything like that. So I just need something authentic, genuine.
Okay. All right, cool. So we have not. Oh, all right. Let's go on over there.
You know, it's so
Okay,
funny. That last guy was yapping so much, I almost forgot about the players that showed up during the course of the episode. Just homegirl right here always finds a reason, like, yo, your haircut is trash, or something with the outfit, and she has instantly popped on everybody who showed up so far. So I would guess her answer is going to be something similar, but I completely forgot about this.
Or name and age.
I'm Janine. I'm 28.
Okay, Janine, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Again, for a couple reasons. It was the hair. I just don't feel like you take care of it very well. Maybe like pick it out and like use a little sponge thing to add some curls and got a little bit of texture. It was the jacket with the outfit and the jacket with the shoes. Kind of threw me off a little bit, but it's okay.
Yo. Yeah. I mean, listen, she is a hairstylist, right? So this is like her world. So she's probably looking at things to a degree in which most people are not, right? Like you probably walk out, you're like, I'm fine. And she's just like, my guy, pick it out and use the sponge thing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. I just, the thing I wonder though, is that I wonder if there is anyone that necessarily matches the, like who passes the bar, right? If you are so hypercritical of certain things. But again, like I said, it's probably just a case of like no general attractiveness and then focusing on these things as the general reason rather than just saying, nah, just not it, you know? But all right, let's keep going.
And then the third thing is you kind of look like one of my cousins, TJ, shout out. I don't know what it is about you because like it's not that you look like him, but something about you just reminds me of him, and I can't really put my finger on it. But yeah.
All right, cool. Now, is she someone that's your type?
Not my standard cup of tea, but I mean, you look nice. You look nice. I do like your hair. Maybe you could have helped me with mine, but you know, it's all good.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. I mean, she could have helped you. She does hair.
Exactly.
All right, so we've got 4 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them a question.
I guess my main question is, what are your family dynamics like with your mother and father and just family in general, and how does that play a role or affect your relationships?
Okay, we'll start there and come back. Okay, name and age and the answer.
Generally, that's a good question, but what you pull from it is different and it varies from person to person. I think, I guess it's one of those things where I don't know much about him. He's not yapping like the other guy, so he's not saying so much behind what it is that he is thinking for these things. So, you know, sometimes people ask questions because they want to ask questions that sound like they thought about them. And sometimes people ask questions because they actually want to know your response. I'd say the last guy was actually trying to figure out certain things. And I'm not really sure where he's at yet. He might be answering like a standard question that sounds decent enough. Like, hey, you know, what is your family situation? But how much he weighs it, we'll see.
Answer to his question.
My name is Deanna, and I'm 29. And I have a good family dynamic. I'm close with my mom and my dad. My dad lives far away in Florida, but we're still close. I have a big family. My mom has a lot of siblings. I have 2 siblings myself, so very good, very close.
Okay. Over here, name and age and answer to his question.
My name's Brianna and I'm 26. Also, again, I'm very close to my family. We have a group chat. I mean, we're talking every other day. So yeah, we're really important. Yeah.
Nice.
Your name and age and answer to this question.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm 27. So the first part was explain the family dynamics. And then what was the second part?
Just how does that play a role in your relationships and building?
How does that play a role in my relationships? So to start with, I'm very close with my family. I talk with my mom and dad daily, even like across platforms, sending memes on social media and stuff like that. How it plays a role in my relationships, I lean on my family for relationship advice sometimes. Definitely like asking my dad and stuff like that. So maybe how it plays a role in my relationship dynamics, leaning on my family for like consultation. Somebody that has a tribe and is accountable to someone like a father figure or even like a mentor, that's gonna be very important for me because that's something that I have for myself.
Nice.
Actually, I kind of missed that second part when he mentioned it before about how does it play a role in your relationships? Because it is also possible that he had a situation where the family was probably more involved than they should have been, at least from his perspective, or they influenced his prior partner, his previous partner, to a degree where he didn't feel as though they were necessarily speaking for what they felt, but they were speaking more so how their family felt about it, right? So there's also that angle. Again, he hasn't said anything. I'm just trying to decipher why he would have asked that question. And like I said, it's probably just a question that sounds good, or it's probably a question that comes from, hey, I actually have a curiosity based on a history, right? So, all right, let's keep it going.
And over here, name and age and answer to his question.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'm 26. So to answer your question, Mom, I'm really close with my parents, my whole family. We're all very close. I view, my mom and dad's relationship, like I love their relationship. They've been married for 20 plus years, so I know what it's like to be in a happy home, and that's something that I really want to live like when I'm older and I have my own family. So, they really set the standards for that. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to hand you a pick.
Okay.
There you go. Hang on to that. And I'm going to have you pop one balloon. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
I mean, most episodes I would actually pick who I thought people would pick, but I just have failed to do that this entire episode. So let me try to do it real quick. All right. Girl in the red will probably get popped on. Yeah. Oh, snap.
All right, so why'd you have your balloon unpopped?
I liked everything he was saying. He
Oh,
looks
snap,
well.
alright.
The only thing I was just trying to hear more of what you had to say. The age gap. I'm 26. You're 35. 10 years is like push for me, but I wanted to hear you out.
All right, but hold on. You see? Yeah, okay. See, now she said it's a push for me. But the last guy I think he was also 36, right? And so it's the same age gap. If anything, he's actually younger. So she mentioned, it's pushing for me. But again, everybody is willing to make exceptions, men and women, when people show up and they pass and they check certain boxes and they pass certain bars, right? But it's just like, when those aren't there, then people kind of go to their secondary and they go to some of their other reasons, right? And so she brought up the age again as like, I didn't pop you yet, but like, I was thinking about it, So I just, I felt that funny. But all right, let's keep it going.
Now, why'd you end up popping her balloon?
Well, that was the primary reason that I popped, due to the age. So just the age gap. Other than that, yeah, understand.
Appreciate it.
Thank
And she's probably around
Let's head
the
on
same
back
age.
over here. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
It was just, we do have an age gap as well. I'm 26, you're 35. But you're really nice.
The irony is that now that I think about it, I feel like he probably would have wanted to pick her, and he probably mentioned age gap, but he probably didn't really care about age gap. But like there's a degree to which it matters for sure. But I'm saying, like, just as I mentioned how the other girl was perfectly fine with the other guy being a year older than him and not mentioning the age gap, I think it goes inversely as well. I mean, he didn't say anything yet, but I don't know. Part of me just feels like he probably, like, I didn't make my pick, but I would have made that pick, And so the irony is that she probably self-popped because he mentioned age, but had he not said it, we'll see. I mean, let's see how he responds. Let's see how he responds.
It's like, I like everything that you said and, the questions you asked. It seems like, you got a lot going for yourself, but
Also, inversely, she could have been on the fence and was just looking for an out, right? People do that as well. But okay, let's keep it going.
I just don't see us, being compatible and things like that.
Understand that.
And what about over here? Is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, I do find her attractive. Oh, yes, I do find her attractive. She is someone that I would talk to, but I understand that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I kind of figured that much. But she said the thing about the compatibility. So it really comes down to, in my view, she was looking for an out, and she found it. So, all right.
Thank you. Okay, we've got 2 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
What is a fun/romantic date for you?
Okay, we'll start here. What is a fun/romantic date for you?
I would say I'm really social. So I like to get out and kind of be in the mix. So maybe like an art show, where we can talk with the artists and, just kind of enjoy, art in different mediums. There's a lot of things like that in Dallas. So I attend a lot of social networking events like that also combine art and stuff. So maybe going to one of those with my partner. Yeah.
Nice. Let's go down over here. All right, let's hear from you.
A fun date would be probably like paintballing or something that I can just be active, we can be active. Romantic, I would probably say just a nice dinner, being able to talk, maybe not having our phones, something like that.
Okay. And then, while we're here, any questions for him?
You said somebody that has multiple kids. How is somebody with one kid? I do have a child.
I am open to that.
I don't know. That seemed a little skeptical.
Oh, as I stated, it's multiple. One.
So what's like, what? Okay. I don't know how to ask it. Word the question. So yeah, what is it about? You have no kids?
I have no kids.
Okay.
And that's truly the only reason. But like I said, if you have multiple, and that's a no deal. I mean, a deal breaker. But one, I'm open to that. I mean, because I am older. We're getting older. So if you have
And you
a
said
kid,
you're how old again?
I'm 35.
35. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah, for now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any questions over here?
Can you answer your question?
As far as both family dynamics or
Sure,
debate?
yeah.
Well, I have a strong family dynamic. Both of my parents are still together. They're actually having their 50th wedding anniversary this year. So, I've had a great example of, structure and what it is to build and grow together. So thankful to them for that. So it just makes me, want that the same for myself. As far as a fun romantic date, I'm a spontaneous guy. So I'm open to everything. First date, I'm more of a traditional guy. Let's, have dinner, maybe do a speakeasy lounge, something like that. If we're together, hey, we can just hop on a jet plane. I'm saying jet or plane, but we can take a flight for the weekend, or hey, we can get in the car and drive somewhere. So like I said, I love to travel. So it's just spontaneous, and whatever you and I enjoy together, we're going to do it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Let's head on back. So we are down to our final 2. Okay. It is time to pop a balloon. Whenever you're ready. Go ahead and pop that one balloon.
I think he'll probably.
Do you got one balloon?
No, just where do you live? I know she said Dallas.
Okay.
Where do you live? Oh.
So you're in Dallas.
I think I'll probably.
Where do you live?
I'm in New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Okay. And where are you?
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well.
Okay. It is time to pop now.
Okay. I think I'll probably pick
so
one.
I assume no one has an issue with
guess.
long distance.
Guess not. They sure don't.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So
I think he'll probably say I didn't have a problem with one kid, but the other girl doesn't have any. So something like that.
let me have you standing here. Why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I like the things that he was saying and just kind of hearing them out. I kind of was popping soon for everybody. So, just giving him a fair shot.
Okay, sounds good. And why'd you end up popping her balloon?
I mean, ultimately, it is the one kid,
Yeah, rightfully so.
Obvious.
All right, thank you. Let's come up to the front. Come on up here with us. All right, guys. Any final question between the two of you before we determine if we have a match?
So it's really important to me that my partner is someone who is dependable. It's not afraid of commitment. I love that you said that one of your kind of models for a relationship is your parents because they've been together for so long. In your life, maybe even in work, like what are some instances like where you're dependent on or like, yeah, where you're dependent on or like have a little more responsibility? Like,
okay. An example of that right now, in my current job, I had a few people who left or, left the company. So right now it is really on my shoulders to carry my team and lead my team. So right now, they're depending on me to lead and, rebuild the department. So at this time right now, I would say my career is where I'm doing that. But also with my family, niece and nephew, brothers. You know, I'm the youngest of 2 siblings, and ironically, I think everyone looks to me for a lot of things. So, you know, I'm always there for them, and I have a big family, and, you know, we're just a close-knit family who sticks beside each other. So we're just always there for one another. That's, you know, how I was raised.
Okay.
Okay, we good?
I feel like with questions like that, it's just like, just don't say something stupid, and I think we're fine, right? So I think that's kind of what that was. I think there's a multitude of things he could have said, and so long as he had a fairly reasonable answer, he would have been okay. But all right, let's finish up.
I am good. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I mean, we didn't talk about it, but no kids either, or do you have kids? Yeah, so.
You don't have any kids?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, let me ask my final question then, y'all. Is it a yes for you for him?
It's a yes for me.
And is it a yes for you for her?
It's a yes for me.
We got a match! I'll take the mic. Go ahead and get your girl. Make some noise for them, ladies.
All right, guys, that's that. I feel like it was a bit of a long one, and again, some technical difficulties in the middle there. But you know, usually have some fun hopping on live here and doing these streams. As I mentioned, I will, well, not in this stream, but as I mentioned in a previous stream, I will start to go live a bit more, trying to find more things to do. I am currently setting up some setting up my Discord so we can do some panels and things like that. And also have it open so that during some live stream reactions and things like that, people can join in and we can have discussions about it or debate it. Either way, whatever would be the preference of those who join. So looking forward to what is ahead, and thanks for stopping by. Anyways, guys, that is my perspective. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe, as I got much more content like this on the way. So until next time, YouTube. Peace.